Y'all ready for this? This.
Hi, I'm Adriane, and I am happy to be doing this this little documentary for you guys. My personal thoughts about COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. It's devastating. It's a life adjustment. I personally believe it was orchestrated by the powers that be in a way to take down a population, maybe a particular demographic, but it's affected a lot of people. I spent my first few months home alone because I have a college student who goes to school in New York. Needless to say, being home alone in the midst of COVID was somewhat distressful for me because you never know. You never know if it's going to come across your threshold. I guess my biggest fear was that nobody would know until a stench came through a door, or whatever the case may be. But thank God it hasn't happened. The other challenge I had too, that when I had to leave and come back, the fear of bringing it back into your home because you were outside interacting. Even if you're at the stores, you know, as much as we say it's contactless, you know, people are coming in and around each other's spaces. We can be 6 feet apart, but really, you know, when you're reaching for that loaf of bread, people are touching things, touching produce, touching items, food items, or touching that can of Lysol, God, if you find one. People are touching, and as much as we try to cover up our hands and do whatever, or sanitize, it's still scary, and you got to come back. You got to come back to your space. I know a few people that have been home together. It's made daily living real fun. So I know the challenge that they are experiencing is that because everybody is under the same roof all day, pretty much every day, it's made life for the spouse that is working somewhat of a challenge because they don't really have a dedicated workspace, which basically means that it's not really quiet. Other people are faring well. I think we got new babies coming too. So just depends. Life shut down. Can't get your pizza, can't get your roti, whatever. Or your favorite Italian dish or sandwich, but you're still alive. You're still alive. But it was hard. My mom, on the other hand, being on the other side, being part of the group, the elderly group, my mom likes to get out. She doesn't like to be at home, but she also has compromised health. So she took whatever was necessary for her to preserve her life. She was bored. Both my daughter and my mom, they were bored. We're all bored. I'm middle-aged. We're bored. We're used to doing what it is that we like to do, and we couldn't. Life changed. It shut down. My mom's in California, so it's different. It's very different. What she was experiencing there is a little different from what we're experiencing here in the South. It brought her to tears because her daughters, her children, are not in the same space. We're not in the same state. And she was scared too. she was scared. She was scared not only for herself, but she was scared for us. And those were, those were hard conversations. When this is over, I'm going to go see Mom. So, question of the day is, what can we do as a community? This is one. I was trying to make that smooth, that didn't work out nicely. But this is one way. They've mandated it where we have to wear a mask. Whether you like it or not, we need to wear a mask. We have sanitizers. If you can't get access to sanitizer, which I don't understand why you wouldn't, properly wash your hands. You can actually make your own. There's enough information out on the internet where where you can learn how to make your own sanitizers. There's a lot of good information out there on the net. There's also a lot of misinformation out there on the net. You will have to learn to discern what's true and what's fact. If it's not right, do what's right for you and your family. Do what you know is right for you and your family. How about that? Because I know that there's been some things, some areas, some states that are doing something totally different. We don't want to do that. We all must take responsibility and accountability for what we do and don't do. The easiest things to do is to protect yourself and protect your community. Mask up.